World War II ended in 1945, but one decision still creates debate today. The United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, causing massive destruction and forcing Japan to surrender. Some people believe this action was necessary to end the war quickly and save lives. Others believe it was too extreme and not justified, especially because innocent lives died. So, what was necessary evil or an example of atomic diplomacy? In this video, we will explore the events, the reasons behind these decisions, and the different perspectives that still divide opinions today.
The World War II was one of the deadliest conflicts in history, lasting from the 1939 to 1945. By mid of 1945, Germany had already surrounded, but Japan continued fighting in the Pacific. The battles between the United States and Japan were extremely violent. In places like Okinawa, thousands of soldiers and civilians died. Japan showed very strong resistance. Many soldiers follow a strict military code and refuse to surrender even in hopeless situations. Because of this, the United States believed that invading Japan would be extremely costly. The planned invasion, known as Operation Downfall, was expected to cause millions of deaths on both sides. At the same time, the United States had developed a new weapon through the Manhattan Project, the atomic bomb. This weapon had never been used before, but it had the power to destroy entire cities instantly. This situation forced the US leaders to make a very difficult decision: continue the war or use the bomb to end it quickly.
On August 6, 1945, the United States dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima. The explosion destroyed most of the city in seconds and killed tens of thousands of people instantly. 3 days later, on August 9, a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. Again, the destruction was massive, buildings were destroyed, and many people died or were seriously injured. Survivors suffered burns, trauma, and radiation sickness. Many developed long-term illness like cancer. At the same time, the Soviet Union declared war on Japan, increasing pressure on the Japanese government. Faced with these events, Japan announced its surrender on August 15, 1945. This ended World War II, but it also marked the beginning of the nuclear age. From that moment, the world understood the destructive power of nuclear weapons. Atomic diplomacy refers to the use of nuclear weapons to influence global politics and show power. Some historians argue that the United States didn't only want Japan to surrender. They also want to send a strong message to the Soviet Union, which was becoming a global power. At the end of the war, tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union were already growing. By using the atomic bomb, the United States demonstrated its technological and military superiority. This action may have helped in the United States gain for more influence at the post-war world. It also contributed to the beginning of the Cold War, a period of political and military tension between both countries. During this time, many nations began developing nuclear weapons, leading to a global arms race. This shows that the atomic bomb wasn't only a military decision, but also a strategic political move.
Atomic diplomacy refers to the use of nuclear weapons to influence global politics and show power. Some historians argue that the United States didn't only want Japan to surrender. They also wanted to send a strong message to the Soviet Union, which was becoming a global power. At the end of the war, tension between the United States and the Soviet Union were already growing. By using the atomic bomb, the USA demonstrated its technological and military superiority. This action may have helped the United States gain more influence in the post-war world. It also contributed to the beginning of the Cold War, a period of political and military tension. During this time, many nations began to developing nuclear weapons, leading to global arms race. This shows that the atomic bomb was not only a military decision, but also a strategic political move. Thank you.
Supporters of decisions believe that atomic bombs were unnecessary evil. First, they argued that bombs end the war quickly. Without them, the United States would have invaded Japan, and this could have caused millions of deaths. Second, they saw Japan was not willing to surrender. Even after losing many battles, Japan continued fighting, which shows how difficult it was to end the war. Third, they believe the bombs actually saved more lives in the long term. A longer war will mean more suffering, more destructions, and more deaths in the different countries. Also, leaders at the time had to make decisions based on the information they had. For them, using the bomb was not a good option, but it was the fastest way to end the war. Today, people still talk about the decisions. Some agree and some disagree, but everyone knows it had changed history.
On the other hand, many people believe that the use of the atomic bombs was not justified. First, the bomb killed a large number of innocent people. Most victims were not soldiers, but ordinary people, including children and families. Second, the level of destruction was extreme and caused a long-term suffering due to radiation. People suffered for years from serious illness and psychological trauma. And also, some historians argue that Japan was already close to the surrounding. They believe the war could have ended without using such destructive weapons. Another important argument that I like to always say is that the bombs might have been used to show power to the Soviet Union. If this is true, then the decision was more political than necessary. In conclusion, this event raises important moral and ethical questions. Was it right to use such a powerful weapon to end the war? This debate continues today and reminds us of the importance of peace and responsible decisions in the future. Us as students, we think that this decision was a little bit too out of line. It was definitely not necessary in our opinion. I think that everyone has lives and they should not end it just because of a decision of someone to end the war. They could have searched for another answer to end this war, but they choose not to. Thank you so much for listening to your video and thank you for your attention.